How much do you think it costs to have our baby?
Welcome back to Dad Life, everybody. My name's Kevin. We are actually down in the Schill Brothers Outdoors studio. If you couldn't tell by the bear mace that's over my right shoulder right there. Forgot to put a little dad thing on there. That's okay. Hey, it's bear mace. It's all good. Today's video is all about how much does it cost to have a child. When I first found out we were pregnant, one of the first pieces of research that I started to do was literally like, okay, how much is this going to cost me? I know it's not a sexy topic and it's not something that people necessarily look forward to when it comes to raising a child, but it is important. And if you consider yourselves, a financially minded person, you should know what you're getting into. Also, if you are into outdoorsy stuff, backpacking stuff, tomfoolery with my brother, check out Schill Brothers Outdoors. I'll throw a link right up there. Now, I was horribly unimpressed with the amount of information that's on the internet and even talking to people with how much it does cost to have a baby. And I understand there are a lot of variable costs based on your situation, but there was like almost nothing that gave me like literally just tell me how much it costs. What's the dollar amount? So in this video, I'm going to go through it all. I'm going to outline every single cost, and I will literally tell you at the end of this video how much it costs through the first month of having a child. Our daughter is over a month old, so I can give you the full cost from fertilization of that egg till they've been alive for 1 month. And I do think the costs on a monthly basis for at least the first 6 months are going to stay the same, but I'm going to tell you exactly how much it costs. I don't know if that's like a faux pas talking about cost and money, but I'm going to tell you because it kind of pissed me off that there was such little information on it. I'm going to break this up into a couple different buckets of costs. So you've got all the costs associated with like building a nursery. Okay, that's one bucket of costs. Then you've got all of the healthcare costs associated with both 9 months of pregnancy as well as the hospital delivery itself. And then you've got just costs of having a baby for the first month. So I'm gonna kind of break it into a couple different buckets and kind of go through, what was the raw cost versus what was the out-of-pocket cost, because I know that gets a little weird when you're dealing with health insurance. I'm gonna give you the total billed insurance cost, but I'm also gonna give you how much it costs us. All right, let's go through the first bucket of costs. The pre-baby costs is what I call that. This is everything associated with building a nursery. So it's substantial, and out of all the buckets of costs, this is a pretty big one. This is like what I consider gear, equipment, etc. for raising a kid for probably the first couple years. I did not go through and itemize every single thing that was on our baby registry. I asked my wife for this. I said, ballpark all the costs, and when she first told me, I was like, get out of here. So she estimates all of the building a nursery costs, and including like stroller, basically all the crap you got to buy before you have a baby, at about $3,000 to $4,000. First, I was like, no way. And then I actually started itemizing it and thinking about it, and yes way. Crib, stroller, baby monitor, car seat, pack and play, dresser, all of those things, and that's just 5 seconds of thinking. All of those things are probably over $100 each, and like we didn't even buy super expensive stuff, and we got a lot of stuff handed down to us, and we still were in the range of $3,000 to $4,000. Huge caveat there. We had 2 baby showers, so this is kind of the point of baby showers, is people buy you all this stuff, and we are incredibly thankful for everything we got. So of that $3,000 to $4,000, so let's split it down the middle. Let's say $3,500 to fully outfit a nursery with medium tier stuff. That's not even like, you can buy a bassinet that costs $1,500. So we didn't buy super expensive stuff. We didn't request super expensive stuff, but like I said, it's like 10 different $100 to $300 expenses that just add up. But anyway, so we're gonna say $3,500 for outfitting a nursery. Of that $3,500, about $650 were out of our pocket. So that's not too bad. Once again, incredibly thankful for all of the stuff that people bought us at our baby showers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It helps significantly. So let's move to the healthcare costs. So you've got 9 months of doctor's appointments plus a substantial, usually multi-day stay in a hospital for most people, unless you're doing a home birth. I'm not going to go into like our health insurance. I will say we have good health insurance. We pay for our premiums for 2 people. We pay $6,000 a year. Part of the reason we pay $6,000 a year is because I kind of thought this might happen. So last year I went on a more expensive, employer subsidized insurance plan that has higher premiums and less out-of-pocket costs. I'm not including the costs of health insurance and having a baby because you legally have to have health insurance, but no, that's going to be a huge factor in how much your out-of-pocket costs are. So I'm not including the $6,000 a year that goes into our health insurance, but that's how much it costs for us to have health insurance. So 9 months of doctor's appointments. You're probably going to see the doctor between 10 and 20 times minimum. Just depends on how your pregnancy goes. If you have complications, the raw total billed insurance costs of 9 months of doctor's appointments was $1,800. We paid $350 out of pocket. The primary driver of those expenses were ultrasounds. We got 3 ultrasounds at $750 a pop out of pocket. That's not the raw cost of them because just nuances with our baby. Baby's perfectly healthy, but we had multiple ultrasounds, and that's what kind of drove up the out-of-pocket cost. But $350 for 9 months of healthcare, that's not bad. Once again, $1,800 raw cost. So $650 plus $350, we're at $1,000 right there. All right, let's move on to the big bang, the hospital costs. Now, if you do home delivery, you're going to avoid all of these costs. And having gone through a non-C-section natural birth, she got an epidural. All right, there's nothing natural about that. We could have done a home delivery. I mean, the primary reason to be in the hospital is if some sort of emergency comes, you're set. But some people do home births and it costs a lot less money. I had to break out the phone here for this one. So I'm going to go through all the raw hospital costs. There were 4 of them. And then I'll tell you the out of pocket. So 36 hours in the hospital, just being in the hospital, all the stuff that comes with being in the hospital. This is none of the specialty stuff I'm going to get to. $8,500. $2,600 for just the delivery part that we paid her OBGYN. Pretty solid $2,600 there. $1,200 for an epidural, and then $400 for associated nursing costs. Brings the raw billed insurance cost to $12,700. Get out of here, healthcare in the United States. That's freaking ridiculous. This is not going to go into a diatribe about American healthcare costs, but the raw billed insurance cost was just south of $13,000. The out-of-pocket on that for us was $1,000. So that's per our health insurance plan, $1,000 right there. Now, I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. Through my employer, I have what's called a medical reimbursement account. So over the years, I've accrued enough money to cover that $1,000. So that $1,000, while 100% is an out-of-pocket cost, luckily my employer picked it up. But for most people on your insurance plans, you're going to have some sort of out-of-pocket costs for the hospital. So in our case, that was $1,000. Next, we have in the first month, we went to 2 pediatrician's appointments. So we went right after the birth and we went at 1 month. Those were about $283 a piece. Insurance covered them all. So, but that's another $566 in insurance claims, but out of pocket, $0. Finally, we get to the costs accrued during the first month of life. Now, my wife was able to breastfeed the entire time. So literally the only costs were diapers, wipes. I had to pay to get the birth certificate, and then we bought a wipe dispenser. So all 4 of those things were about $200. Diapers for a month. I got 2 copies of the birth certificate at $25 a piece, and then wipes, a wipe dispenser, and then we bought like a bath thing. Anyway, $200 in just material costs for the first month of life. Now, like I said, my wife breastfed this whole month. I have no idea how much formula costs. We bought some. I've never used it. I'm sure we will use it. The Googling I've done says 100% feeding by formula is going to cost a couple $100s a month. Maybe people watching this can drop in the comments how much it costs. I think the Googling I did said like $177 a month to fully feed on formula. So we're able, because my wife has been able to breastfeed, we're able to save that cost. I have no doubt we will switch to supplement with formula in the future. And I will keep doing these videos. So this is the cost of the baby through pregnancy in the first month. I'm gonna keep doing these once we get to healthcare expenses, because there's really not good information on it, honestly. People will just give you high level ballpark answers. I'm telling you guys exactly how much this cost. So let's summarize this a little bit. Pre-baby net costs, $3,500. Out of pocket, $650. Pregnancy appointments, about $1,900. Out of pocket, $350. Hospital, raw costs, just south of $13,000. Out of pocket, $1,000. My MRA covered that, so the true out of pocket cost was $0 there. Right after they're born, 2 pediatrician appointments, raw cost of about $600. Out of pocket, $0. First month of the baby, diapers, wipe dispenser wipes, etc., about $200. So if I added all that up correctly, I think I did, the net out-of-pocket cost for us going from 9 months of pregnancy to 1 month post-baby was about $1,200. That's actually less than I thought it would be when I added all these up. Once again, we had 2 baby showers. That got us thousands of dollars worth of equipment. Thank you to everybody. Also, I have an expensive health insurance plan, which means I pay higher premiums, but more stuff is covered. And I have an MRA through my employer. I do a bunch of stupid wellness stuff and they put money in it. So without that MRA, we would be looking at about $2,200. Still though, I mean, I was expecting a lot worse. With that said, $1,000 to $2,000 is still a lot of money. My financial advice, I'm not a financial person whatsoever. It's gonna be pretty obvious. The second you find out you're having a baby, start saving money. And consider, depending on where you are in benefits enrollment, consider going, if you have employer-sponsored healthcare, consider going on a more expensive healthcare plan if you know you're gonna have a kid. That saved me money. That's it. Thank you all for watching. The final number, $1,200, including the $1,000 my employer gives me for the $1,000 hospital copay. So the real cost is $2,200, but for us it was $1,200. A lot of money, but worth every penny. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully people in the comments will talk more about the cost incurred to them. People don't talk about money. They don't talk about costs. It's still a societal faux pas. I don't care. I would have wished that people made these videos when I was starting to save for having a kid. But that's it. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Consider subscribing to Dad Life. Consider subscribing to Schill Brothers Outdoors. If not, it's all good. I'm enjoying making these dad videos and hopefully people get something out of it. Peace out, parents.
Raw costs first.
10,000? I have no
Okay,
idea.
19,000.
Oh, almost double.
How much do you think out of pocket cost was?
2,500?
1,200.
Really?
Because we had that $1,000 MRA. It was normally be
Oh.
2,200.
All right, insurance saves the day.